Well, I don't know about you guys, but it sure is crazy out there right now trying to get groceries and those kinds of things. But you know what? It's not going to last forever. We're going to get through it. Hey guys, welcome back to another Slightly Rednecked video. Again, my name's Chris. If you guys are new to the channel, well, I help you to produce your own meat, eggs, and vegetables from your backyard, your balcony, your deck, your garage, or even a spare room in your house if that's the way you want to do it. And, like I said, I know it's crazy out there right now. I don't know what it's like in your part of the world or your part of the country. I think most of my viewers are in the U.S., but I know that we've got plenty of them that are outside of the U.S. as well. And everybody's dealing with the same kind of thing. We've got this pandemic going on right now. I still think we're overreacting a little bit to this, but on the same hand, I do understand all the self-quarantine, the quarantine regulations coming down so we can just try to contain it and not get it to spread too much. There are plenty of people that are at, huge risk from getting sick from anything. And this is just one of those diseases that could be, pretty serious for the elderly or those that have, some kind of underlying health issues or something like that. And the real threat there is, there's a threat definitely to the people that are, do have those issues. But the real threat there, I think, is overwhelming our healthcare system. We're still in flu season. There's still a lot of flu cases going into the healthcare system. And this disease is more contagious than the flu. It may not be more dangerous necessarily than the flu, but it's more contagious than the flu. And we can easily overwhelm our healthcare system, which would be a very, very bad thing. So I think definitely I understand why everybody is talking about staying home, and businesses are shutting down. Around here anyway, restaurants have pretty much shut down. You can still get drive-through service. You can still get, pick up to go, that kind of stuff, but there is no dining in really anywhere. It's all pretty much shut down. Churches are pretty much shut down. There's no Sunday services going on. Some of them are televising, some, the preacher's televising, but there's no, services going on there. There's no, the essentials are still up and running. You can still go to the grocery store. Although it's a little bit tricky to get things at the grocery store right now. They're pretty much sold out of just about everything, it seems like. But I will say that's already starting to subside just a little bit. I was at the grocery store this morning. There's still some things that are hard to get. The big joke, of course, everybody knows, toilet paper shortage, paper towel shortage, that kind of thing. They had some. They didn't have a lot, but they had some. I was able to buy some, and I could have bought more had I wanted more, but I didn't need any more. We just bought one package of toilet paper just to have on hand. We've got plenty stored. We buy big packages when we buy it, and we've got plenty right now, but we just bought one just as a precaution to have it. I could have bought more if I wanted to. There were paper towels. I could have bought paper towels. I didn't need them. I've got paper towels, so I didn't buy them. I let whoever needs those go ahead and take those because it was somewhat limited supply. The other thing that's really limited right now, come on, Max, come on, buddy. There you go. Dog had to go by. He just wasn't sure if he was interrupted or not. The other thing that's in pretty much really limited supply is canned goods. Canned goods are really hard to come by right now. Any kind of pasta, any of those dry goods that store for a very long time, dried beans, dry rice, there was none of that. There hasn't been in, at least several days, a week or more. But a lot of the things that I haven't seen at the grocery store, haven't been able to get at the grocery store, they were back in stock. We had eggs. There were eggs available. I don't need eggs. I've got more than I can eat right now. I need to be giving away eggs to those that need them. But there were eggs at the grocery store. You could have bought several dozen eggs if you needed them. Bottled water was back in stock, which it's been out of stock for a while. So we picked up a case of that. I really don't drink bottled water. I drink tap water. I know I probably should drink bottled water, but my wife does. She likes the bottled water. So we did get some bottled water, just to have on hand because we had a little bit left in the previous, big package that we bought. What else was missing? Oh, meat. It's hard to come by meat right now. Not really hard to come by. It's hard to come by certain kinds of meat. There was some hamburger. There were about 4 packages of hamburger when I went through. It's probably gone by now, but there were about 4 packages of hamburger. That's the first time I've seen hamburger in the store for, probably 4 or 5 days at least, maybe a week. There were steaks. If you wanted to, spend some money and buy high dollar steaks, you could have got those. There was some chicken breasts and chicken thighs, chicken breasts, chicken wings. Just a couple of packages of each of those. So you could have got those had I, needed them or wanted them. I've got a lot of meat in the freezer, rabbit, quail, deer from my deer hunting. So we're not really hurting for meat right now. We were able to pick up a pork loin and some pork chops, so we have a little bit of variety. What else? Anyway, the rest of the meat was pretty hard to come by. It was pretty thin, selection available there. Vegetables were, fine. I mean, we're not at any mean, it's not like we're completely out of everything. It's just a little tricky right now to go out planning dinners. I don't know if you guys are like me, but we kind of, what do we want for dinner tomorrow night? I don't know. And it makes it even, trickier because you can't just go to the store and buy anything you want. It is a little bit limited right now, but again, it's already starting to come back. What happened is, I'm assuming it's the same in your area, but I think what happened was, you've got that group of people that when this pandemic started, or, the talk about locking down, they panicked and they thought there was going to be a nationwide lockdown. They weren't going to be able to get out and get anything. And they rushed out and just bought everything they could that they thought they'd need for 2 weeks. And, most people aren't very good at really planning out what 2 weeks looks like. So they overbought a lot of things. Why toilet paper? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me still yet. But anyway, that's what they did. So there was a rush on the stores. Everybody bought that out. And, it's just going to take a little bit of time to overcome that. Now all those people bought that. They've stocked their freezers. Their freezers are full. They're only going to be buying now, if they go to the store, what they need for the next day or two, a couple of days, because they don't have anywhere to store that. So that is going to start, it's going to start getting better pretty quick. That was a short temporary thing. If you didn't have things stored up, if you didn't have meat in the freezer, it's pretty tough probably for a couple of days or a week or so. But that's already, like I said, starting to calm down just a little bit. I don't think we're out of the woods on this yet, though. I myself, I work for a call center. I'm an account manager for a call center, and it's been just incredibly busy. I'm actually working from home. We made the decision that anybody that could work from home, do work from home. Unfortunately, that doesn't apply to most of our agents that are actually on the phone making calls or receiving calls. We work for companies that I won't give you specific names of my clients, but I will tell you that our clients are mostly telephone companies that sell telephone, internet, TV service, those kinds of things. Internet is the big one right now. Everybody needs to have internet connectivity because schools are shut down and they need to have ways for, colleges to be able to conduct online classes. Even they're talking about doing online classes around here. So even our elementary, our middle school students, our high school students need to be able to have that. There's a surprising number of people that don't have internet access, anything other than like their phone. And so my line of work is not slowing down. In fact, if anything, we're getting busier because, our clients outsource some of that work to us, but they're hit by the pandemic the same way that we are. So that means that their staffing is shortened down. Our staffing has shrunk a little bit too. On one hand, I'm kind of a little bit scattered here. I'm sorry about that. On one hand, it's good that we're able to stay open because I can't imagine what it would be like to lose your job for a couple of weeks. I mean, who can afford that? And we're able to stay open. We're able to keep people employed, keep a paycheck for them. We've taken extra steps. We're doing our best we can to spread people out so they're not sitting right next to each other. So there is that social distancing. But we do have to have people working from inside the office. We can't have everybody work from home because of rules like PCI compliance, for example. And if you don't know what that is, you can look it up. But it's basically has to do with security, making sure that customer information, our agents do see customer information, includes their name, their address, their phone number. We do take credit card payments, so that has to be secure systems to do that. And we just can't allow agents to do that from home because we can't guarantee what they call a clean room environment, which doesn't allow cell phones in there. You can't take pictures of customers' data and save it for later, those kinds of things. So, it's a little bit, we can't let them work from home. We would if we could, we can't. But all the people that can work from home, like me, for example, because I'm in account management, I deal mostly with my clients, with the client themselves directly. I'm able to work from home. So I've been working from home since Wednesday, and I'll probably be working from home for at least the next week. But it has made, it's just been incredibly busy because the clients are, they're losing staffing, and we're starting to see staffing shrink a little bit too. Some people are paranoid, or they live in a situation where, look, I can't risk getting my family member sick, bringing something home to my family member. So they have decided they're not really resigning, we're just letting them have the time off. We're not holding them accountable. We're not firing them for that. We're just letting them have the time off right now. But where was I going with that? Oh, but the clients themselves have asked us to take on extra work, specifically take on some inbound work, inbound calling that we weren't doing before. So it's been a scramble to get that going so we can staff that. We have a place for people to call that need their internet access activated, that need, to order internet access, to handle all those calls and service all those customers. It's not all about, I think people look at that sometimes, they say, look at that greedy company trying to stay open during these times. It's not all about that. We're a service company. We're keeping people employed, paying their paychecks, trying to keep them, like I said, how terrible would it be? I can't imagine having to go 2 weeks without a paycheck or 3 weeks or however long this ends up being without a paycheck. And we're able to provide that paycheck for them. We're able to stay open. We're going to stay open as long as we can and keep people employed, helping those customers that, like you on one hand may think, I'm not going to work, I'm going to work from home. But if you have an internet problem, you're going to call somebody and you're going to expect them to answer the phone and fix it for you. And those are the people that are working right now. Quick. Go on, buddy. I know, I don't sit down here face level very often. So anyway, I guess my point to all that is I just want to apologize if I have been slow to respond. I have not been able to respond to YouTube comments for the last couple of days. Some of the messages that come in and things, I try to do my best to respond to all of those. But right now I've just been so busy, so incredibly busy. I have been from sun up to sundown, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I just haven't had a chance to get away from breaking off the phone, troubleshooting issues and getting getting things lined up, because we do have, like I said, new campaigns, taking calls that we hadn't taken before, and there's logistics that have to be run through on that. So I've been incredibly busy lately, and I just haven't had time to get on YouTube, answer the comments and things like that are coming in. So I apologize for that, guys. Bear with me for a little while, but the flip side of this too is we're going to make it through this. It's not as bad as they're making it out to be. Don't panic. The panic's what's going to hurt us more than the disease itself. We are taking proper steps as a country, doing a lot of quarantine, doing a lot of social distancing, washing your hands, those kinds of things. That's what you need to do. Don't panic. It's going to be okay. We're going to make it through it. And again, I know that it may be scary when you go to the grocery store and you see empty shelves. You see the Facebook posts with those empty shelves on there, but it's getting better already. They're already, that's starting to lessen up just a little bit. We'll make it through. You may be uncomfortable for a little while, but it's nothing life-threatening from that stuff. We're going to make it through it. It's going to be okay. So anyway, while I'm out here though, I haven't had time to do anything. I got to fix this hose here. So I'm going to do that while I'm kind of talking to you guys. But anyway, I appreciate you guys kind of hanging out with me and watching the videos. I'm sorry again if I haven't been all that responsive here lately. I will get back in line with that. So what I had happen here is the end of my hose broke off. That's the that's the part that you would screw into something. It busted off right there. It's a really old hose. I patched it, I don't know, 11 or 12 times. So it's a pretty easy fix though. One thing I did find, you can still buy this kind of stuff at the hardware stores, and I actually got this at Walmart while I was grocery shopping, because I went to the hardware store yesterday and I bought an end, but I messed up and I bought the wrong end. So this is kind of a pain to get in here. But oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I got to put this on first, this little ring to tighten up, or it'll never go on. Well, it would have, but it would have been a lot harder. So all I got to do is shove that in there, which is kind of hard. It'd be a lot easier if I brought my heat gun out here and heated this hose up, but I think I can get it in there. I just about got it. Oh, there we go. Got that on there. And then it's just a matter of tightening up this hose clamp here. Get back, buddy. Get back. And that should be all there is to it. This is a pretty easy fix. I've already put a new end on the other end once before. So now it's just working on this end. So clamp that hose clamp down just as tight as I can get it. That should be all I need to do. And the hose is pretty much as good as new. Whoa. Screwdrivers injure more people than any other tool. Did you know that? And what you just saw me do there, slip with the screwdriver, that's exactly why. Most of the time I don't even know why anybody makes flathead screwdrivers or screws anymore. That's just the most ridiculous thing. They shouldn't be Torx bits or something, but anyway. that's a whole nother story. How most people injure themselves with a screwdriver is they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, prying on something or whatever, and they slip and stab themselves in the hand, and which is kind of what happened right there. I got a little scar. It's not completely healed up yet. Wasn't a screwdriver, but it was the same kind of concept. I was using a tool that I shouldn't have been using for the job I was using it for, slipped and stabbed myself in the hand with it. It wasn't that bad. But anyway, you guys get to hear me just kind of sit here and ramble on. I didn't have time to plan out a really good video here, and I didn't have time to get much done. But so I planned on getting some planting done this weekend, but I don't know that I will. I'm already running out of time. I haven't had a chance to get out in the yard and work in the yard at all. All right, that should be good. I'm gonna go hook it up to the hose and make sure it doesn't leak. Put my little, there we go, put my little stopper on here so I don't have water going everywhere. All right, we're gonna find out now. I got pressure on it. It's leaking, but not at the part I just put on. It's leaking at the connection right there. Yeah, try it. Yep, I think we're good. Fixed. Feels good. All right, so, to wrap this video up for you guys, just letting you know, if you don't see, I usually post Monday, Tuesdays. We have the live broadcast on Thursdays. If I have to miss some of those kinds of things, maybe I only get one video out this week or something like that, I'm doing fine. It's just too busy right now. It takes a little bit of work to put these videos together, to edit them together. And sometimes I just can't get to it in time. I may be a little bit late posting videos. I may only get one video out this week. I don't know yet. It just kind of depends on how it goes. I mean, it's Sunday afternoon. I'm just now getting to where I can actually even sit down and talk to the camera for just a few minutes and talk to you guys and let you know what's going on. It's just been incredibly busy lately. So nothing's wrong. Don't panic. I appreciate all your concern. And whenever I tend to be a little bit slow to respond because life is getting in the way, I always get people messaging me, hey, is everything okay? I haven't heard from you. Make sure you're all right. And I appreciate all those concerns, guys. We're doing just fine here. No problems whatsoever. I will ask for extra prayers for my wife, though. She's doing okay right now, but she works in a pharmacy. And if anybody's at high risk, it would be my wife and all healthcare workers. So, pray for all of them. Those are the unsung heroes, the healthcare workers, the truck drivers, the people that are kind of keeping everything going in the back end while we're all taking time off, so to speak. Those are the unsung heroes of all this right now. And we need to pray for them, pray for their safety, pray for their health, pray for the country and pray for the world, actually, but because I live in the United States, I start with that country and pray for the country that it's gonna, we're gonna get through this okay. It's really the financial impacts that we have to worry about, the economic impact, the panic, and I think people are starting to calm down a little bit right now, which is good, but just continue to pray for that because it may get a little worse before it gets a little better. I don't think we're at the end of this yet. We're just now starting to see statewide quarantines and, go home notices and all those kinds of things. And that's just devastating to people's pocketbooks if they can't work for a couple of weeks. It's people, I'm included in that boat. I don't have extra savings set up to, carry me for a month or so without a paycheck. And, most people, 95% of people probably are in the same boat. So that's where we need to have our prayers. Again, for my wife, for all the healthcare workers out there, for the truck drivers, for the police and the fire departments that are keeping things under control there. Those are the people that can't take off work no matter what. And we pray for all of them. So pray for all you guys too. Thank you so much for watching this video, hanging out with me. As always, God bless.